Alright, so how much content is too much content? So this week, Mind Tools released the third in a series of reports that we put together this year, looking at 20 years of data from our global survey of L&D leaders, the Learning and Performance Benchmark. This report really takes a sort of a forward-looking view, looking at big trends that we're going to have to deal with. One is digitization, the other is climate change, and the third is demographic shifts. Really interesting, loads of useful insights in there. I'm not going to talk about any of that today. Instead, what I want to talk about is a finding that jumped out at me from the very start of the report in a figure that compared the lowest performing L&D teams with the highest performing. And one of the things that really struck me was about the removal of content that's no longer relevant from your LMS or LXP or ecosystem, whatever it might be. So the lowest performing teams, about 17% of them regularly remove content. The highest performing teams, 87% of them regularly remove content. Why is this important? Well, it is a perennial question here at Mind Tools Towers. How much content should we have? So we run a content library. There's about 2,500 to 3,000 pieces in there. We think that's about right for what we're doing. What's the right number for your context? Is it 30, 300, 3,000, 30,000? Some of these libraries have more than 30,000 pieces of content. And I think that comes at a cost to L&D teams. It comes at a cost in three ways. One, you're paying for stuff that might not be getting used. So you've got this massive content library, a very small proportion of it is getting used. That's fine when it comes to the entire internet and it's all free, but it's not free if you're licensing it. So look at your usage and say, what's the right amount for me? Second cost, user experience. If you have a manager who is doing recruitment, say, now recruitment's an anxious time, it's stressful if you get it wrong. You might have that manager go into your learning library, they find 200 pieces on how to conduct an interview. Which one do they choose? You have too much content, you have this sort of indecision, I don't know which is the best one. And then the third one is reputational. What if that manager picks the worst piece of content? What if they go in and they find something and think, this platform is rubbish, there is nothing here for me, it's completely irrelevant, it's out of date, it's impractical, whatever it might be. They're not just judging that one piece of content, they might be judging the entire platform. I think this is particularly relevant now because this thing's only going to get worse. Thanks to generative AI, you've got to create text in seconds, create images in seconds, create an e-learning course in like 5 minutes. The content creation part of all that is not the difficult bit. And the more of this stuff we see, the more we're just going to be buried under an avalanche of low quality content. So, time to look at our content libraries, see what's working, see what's not, try and slim down that user experience, focus on quality, reject all the stuff that isn't working. And I hope that helps you this week. You found that interesting. I think it's starting to snow here in Inverness. That's nice. I think it's the first snow of the year. Anyway, I'll see you next time. Bye.